That Zed Podcast. Zed Podcast.
We're rolling, and I'm taking, I think this has officially become my favorite drink, especially the gin and tonic one, Wild Dog. If you haven't tried this out, I actually bought this. We're at North Mid right now, and this is Deezer Stores. Deezer Stores is actually our drip. Do you say it's our drip or our source of drip? I need to catch up with. It
depends if we're keeping it.
So what's going to happen? Are you going to return the clothes or?
That's the thing.
Are we keeping the stuff?
Are we keeping the stuff, guys?
You better be honest.
No.
Yes or no. Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Yeah, please. As the camera rolls, and we've got 10,000 witnesses now.
Exactly. And
10,000 subscribers now.
And please state your name before you say yes or no.
and they have very nice sneakers, nice range.
Yeah.
Right.
I love this, but it's a small size for me. But this
There's
is
one
really,
particular one that I saw that I'm
This
probably
is really,
going to get.
really-
Look at the guys trying to get free stuff now.
Check this out. So apparently this one changes color.
Changes color.
Right. So when it's
Hot day?
when it's hot, it changes color.
Yeah,
Yeah. When it's cold, it goes back to black.
that's dope.
Right.
Yeah, so where was I before I was rudely interrupted by my thought of
Wild Dog.
us getting free clothes?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was talking about Wild Dog and how it's a very, one of the hot upcoming drinks on the market. And I got
Still
this
upcoming.
That Zed Podcast. Zed Podcast. Zambian conversations worth having. We talk to Zambian movers and shakers, the change makers, the achievers. We also discuss interesting topics. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, That Zed Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Listen to That Zed Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. That Zed Podcast. Zambian conversations worth having. Hosted by K+.
It's K+, baby.
KB, I know you don't drink.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't drink?
Have you ever taken any alcohol in your life before?
Mix the two of us, man.
But weed?
Nope. I've never intoxicated. Basically, I've never taken anything to intoxicate.
How
No,
are you
I've
going to
never-
be...
I've never smoked. I've never taken weed. I've never taken alcohol.
What's your vice?
Yeah.
Nothing. I watch a lot of TV shows.
That's not a
I watch
vice.
a lot of.
That's where you release
Yeah,
from.
for me. That's my vice.
Don't worry, we'll get it out of you. We
No,
have an
that's-
hour with you,
That's
bro.
I mean, I used to hang out a lot. I used to hang out in places where people drink, but
And you never smoked weed?
no. And
What kind of a childhood do you have, man?
and I grew out of it. Very, very good childhood.
Can we have a proper
He'll
intro,
tell
please?
you.
Yeah, no, I'm coming to the intro. I'm trying to get the weed and the alcohol out of the way first.
Yeah,
Like, I always feel... You've taken weed before, though.
I have. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
I blame my ex. I had a crazy ex, bro. You know what these women will do to you? This is why I understand what Samson went through with Delilah.
Yeah.
I was pure. I was
Get in
innocent.
trouble for weed, huh?
I
Weed
dated-
is illegal.
No,
Say
but
again?
if you say you used to smoke it, there's no problem. There's nothing legal about that.
Oh, is that why you said you didn't smoke?
No.
Because you thought that you were going to be in
Oh, yeah,
trouble?
yeah,
No, I'm just saying. No,
This is a
I've
safe
never.
space. It's us three.
No,
here.
I never. I
Okay.
never. Ask anybody that has hanged around me. Never. Nobody's ever seen me. I've never.
What
never
was your
intoxicated.
experience like, though? Your first time with weed?
Oh,
You?
me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant him.
That's the weed working now.
All right, no, I haven't taken any in a while.
That's what I'm saying. It still works in
Strangely-
you. It still works in you for many years. So that's
Yeah.
the weed working now, yeah.
Strangely, with me, I slept. I passed out. I woke up hungry.
As hell.
And I raided the fridge. I had the munchies. So I don't know if that's what it has on most people. I had a friend, though. This guy was a musician, and whenever he wanted to be, or he still is, I don't know, I haven't spoken to him in a minute. Whenever he wanted to write a song or be creative,
Yeah.
he would smoke. You're an artist. I'm sure you've seen
That's
that
why I
before,
was
right?
bringing it up. Like, KB, you are, for those watching, especially those from outside the country, KB is one of Zambia's top producers, rapper, radio presenter. Am I missing anything here?
Tall guy.
Tall guy, Mandingo. Of the Mandingo
too.
tribe.
If you like
Actor.
to add that to the
Well, you said
resume.
Mandingo. What kind of movies are you acting in, my man? Anything X-rated?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
There's nothing X-rated about me.
Nothing X-rated about you. Okay.
Nah. You know, speaking of KB, I mentioned radio presenter, and I think I've told him this to his face. My first, I think almost all the guests we bring on that Zed podcast are people I've had like a personal experience with. This is a man who actually inspired me to get into radio. Back in 2005, remember I actually came to QFM just to shake your hand. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, your radio
show.
Your radio show. No, what was it again? Rush 180.
Rush 180.
Ah, come on, that drive time show. Yo, hey, dude, I I loved radio so much in my life, but up until that point, I felt I need to try this out one day. Rush 180.
The same way that my predecessors also inspired
Yeah.
me.
Who did it for you?
TiVo and LBC. And the
Nice,
late
man.
LBC, yeah. Those are the two
Yeah.
presenters that got me hooked to radio. And I was like, wow, I want to do this. So, yeah.
Dude.
So, what do you think of radio now?
I don't listen to it as much as I used to. Obviously, you get too busy work. So I only listen when I'm in a car. When I'm driving, I try to listen to radio as much as possible. So that's the only time, like my 10, 15, 20 minutes drive, I'll listen to some radio. I think radio has evolved. There's some presenters that I find very impressive. And the fact that there's so many radio stations, I think now everybody, just gets on radio for the sake of just getting on radio. So it's lost some of its originality or what radio is meant to be. Just because you have a playlist, you can be on radio. So some of it I'm not too impressed with, but some of
Are
it...
these shots fired to everybody in the industry?
No. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, there are people that I listen to that I find very, very interesting.
Like
There's
who?
radio shows that I listen. I mean, a lot of shows on Hot FM.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of PZ, Chromes, Flavors. I listen to Showstar. I just listen to anybody that is very creative, and if you can keep me engaged, then, and there's so many other radio stations, but obviously my DAO just allows me to just listen to like 3 or 4 radio stations. So
Or do you listen mostly to people who promote your music, maybe?
I don't even remember the last time I heard my music on radio.
Serious?
Because like I said, I only listen to radio the period I'm driving somewhere. That's the only time I listen to radio. Before, you have like a phone that has a radio.
Yeah.
You want to listen to a specific show, but you see, I'm very busy now. I'm doing this and that, so I will not have enough time to sit and specifically listen to a radio show. So it's always when in the morning in traffic jam or when I'm driving home. That's the only time I listen to the radio.
Did you ever have embarrassing moments on radio? I mean, your show almost
So
sounded
many.
perfect, man. Like, what
So
was your worst?
So there's one time I forgot to switch off the microphone.
And then?
So I was talking to a friend of mine who was in Congo at the time, and I was speaking some Swahili. And luckily, I didn't say anything foul, but I must have said something funny. But luckily, the microphone wasn't facing me, so you could just vaguely hear what I was saying.
Okay.
And by the time I realized that the microphone was on, I'd been talking for like 20 minutes.
Shit.
So it was crazy. But I never said anything funny. But I have some peers that messed up badly.
Like what? Like what have you heard?
There's so many, so many. I can't remember.
Just give us two and names too.
Names of.
The people that are fucked up that you know on radio.
I can't remember the specific radio presenter, but he was cussing out. But this was like 2. It was like I think from 2. I remember the time when I used to do the Friday show. I think from 23 to was it 21 to midnight?
Yeah.
Then the guy coming up next after me, I can't remember who he was. I can't remember. It was Glinks. I can't remember. I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
But he forgot to switch off the microphone, and he was cussing, and I'm sure the boss called him. And
Did he lose his job over that?
no, he didn't lose his job. I think he was suspended.
We don't lose radio jobs as much as South Africans do.
Yes, South Africans lose their
Dude,
jobs.
I think every radio presenter I know has lost a job once or twice
Yeah.
in their radio career before, yeah. Almost every radio presenter, except for Fresh, though.
I've never lost a job.
Gareth.
I've never been suspended.
No, Fresh did.
Dude, Gareth, come on. Oh, he
Yeah, Fresh got fired a couple of times. Gareth hasn't,
Fresh has
he's-
been fired.
Oh, he just resigned into his radio thing.
Yeah, he resigned. He wasn't fired.
He's a good boy for somebody who's
I was
so
never
outspoken.
fired. I was never suspended.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I took less leave than anybody else. I worked like 8 years straight. I only took leave like twice.
Are you
And
serious?
this is like Monday to Saturday.
Is it? Did you need the money that bad though, bro?
It wasn't even about money. We didn't really make money off radio.
It was love, man.
If there's anybody that made money, well, you probably made money because there was a sponsored show.
I think we started making most of the
And-
money from the MTN shows.
Yeah.
The most money we ever made in radio was from MTN shows, yeah.
Obviously, I mean, the pay, I don't know about
I don't know
now.
why
I haven't
you
been on
mentioned
radio.
this-
I
I
haven't
don't know
been
why
on
you
radio.
mentioned these brands without us getting paid.
Well, we're just trying to put things into context,
Which
yeah.
is fine.
I know because we were doing the same show. He was doing it in Lusaka. I was doing the same show in
right.
Kitwe. Yeah.
I also did the DSTV show. I also did the Airtel show as well at some point. That's where. So I don't know if they're making that type of money now.
No.
I mean, I haven't been on radio for like 3-4 years. So
I honestly feel like radio is dying. I think you're one of the 5 people that actually still listen to radio. I have not listened to radio in a while.
I think everybody listens to the radio in their car. You don't listen to radio in your car?
Podcasts and music.
I listen to a lot of podcasts now, especially the past 1 year. Almost if podcasts are taking over. But yeah,
you don't
I
even
do
listen to
radio.
Charlemagne and Envy?
That's a podcast.
That's a radio show.
I listen to them on
that is meant
Spotify.
like a podcast.
Yeah. I listen to them on Spotify.
It's a radio show.
The only time I would listen to radio is if my phone is dead. It's only been twice so far.
No, I try to listen to radio. I mean, I like to know what's happening in the country, politics wise or just anything. There's some news that you could have missed out. And so there's specific radio stations and specific shows that I listen to when I'm in a car, especially Hot FM.
Which ones could do better?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't listen to everything. Like my DAO just allows me to listen to, say, Phoenix, QFM.
Oh, you got one of those
Hot
Japanese
FM.
cars.
You can listen to any DAO in an Audi?
No. I
Audi,
know Japanese
if it's
cars.
from Japan, no.
Yeah. You can't. It
You can't
limits
go
you
above
to a
90,
certain
yeah.
frequency.
Yeah, it's a Japanese car.
Yeah,
But even the German car doesn't have.
It does.
Even I have a German car. It doesn't have a DAO that goes. It's just Hot FM, QFM.
Yeah, but it probably came from
and
Japan,
Phoenix.
right?
Probably come from
Yeah,
Japan.
Yeah, it
definitely
did come from Japan.
Yeah.
Japanese radios don't go above 90.
Yeah.
But anyway, the first time we met was on Cairo Road when I came to officially meet you, just say I'm a big fan and
Yeah, I
stuff.
remember.
The second time we met, I was also in radio now, and you came to introduce us to Judy.
Yeah, Judy, Alpha,
Yeah.
B-Flow.
K-Army had just
we
started
had a
then, yeah.
show. Yeah, we had a show
Yeah.
in Copper, I remember.
And
And Flavor was just starting at the time, huh?
yeah, pretty much, because I think
This was 2009.
yeah.
Flavor started 2008.
Yeah, pretty
Flavor
much.
was relatively new. I remember guest saying, when you come, please come through to the radio station.
Yeah.
And,
Did K-Army start in the same period?
I started 2007.
while you were at QFM?
2007. So
While you were still at QFM
So K-Army is older than Flavor FM.
But is K-Army still running though?
Yeah, 100%. I'm
Okay,
from
we'll
K-Army
come
right
to that.
now.
I've got 1,000 questions about K-Army coming up later, man.
You
But
and I both.
yeah, exactly. Now, you're starting K-Army 2009, Judy.
Seven.
7, sorry, yeah. Judy was one of your first.
She was actually the
Yeah.
first.
But what happened between you and Judy, man? You announced a few months ago that you and her were going to work on a project, but
Well, nothing
gone quiet.
happened. It's the same way I would say what happened
Yeah.
with you on Flavor FM. There's growth. You grow. You want to do something different. It's like that. I mean, that was the case with Judy. Obviously, in the beginning, we were both learning. She was the
Yeah.
first artist, and she had just started doing good. And hearsay, people advise you, move from there, do this. You're better off being independent. There are always going to be those situations,
Yeah.
and obviously in the beginning, there was a bit of that miscommunication. Then we got back again. We started working. And it just got to a point where, everybody just figured, I'll go do my thing. And, at the time I was signing different other artists. So we've never really had a problem. Me and I still talk. We were supposed to work on something, but obviously
yeah, you
time
actually made that
schedule-
announcement in your socials
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
So
we
what-
actually did. We actually
Yeah.
have some songs that haven't even come out. Me and we've been working. But the last time we worked was maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, pretty much it.
Interesting. So K-Army starts, Judy, B-Flow, and I'm trying to understand now your transition from K-Army into Nexus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is K-Army still, fully operational?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always been operational. What you don't understand
Yeah.
is, think of it this way. I'll
But
simplify.
I don't hear the K-Army signature.
It's
in it.
always there.
Yeah.
You're just not paying attention. If
Really?
you listen to all the neo songs he's been putting out, you hear the K-Army in there, all the diary sessions, my album, you just probably just not paying more attention. Otherwise, it's always there. People just choose to run with what they want to run with. It's like you just don't want to pay attention. Otherwise, K-Army is still very alive. If it wasn't alive, I would not be in conversations because I still make music and you still listen to the music.
So you're running Nexus.
No, I'm not running it. And Nexus is not. I don't run Nexus. Nexus is a company for somebody. I don't know whether you would like his name to be mentioned, but yeah, I don't own it.
So what do you do there?
I was running it as a CEO. Pretty much it. Yeah.
You were or you are?
Yeah.
That doesn't quite answer the question now, does it?
Which one of the two?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been actively running, Nexus business
As the
late.
CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still am the CEO of the company. I haven't just been running the business actively. Obviously, situations that happen in the background.
What
that,
happened?
Well, it's something that you don't talk about everything. It's like me tell what happened with your wife.
I'll tell you. I'm recently single, by the
well,
way.
until a time comes when I feel like, okay, you know what, this is the right time to talk about certain things. Then we'll be able to talk about it. But for now, there's really nothing to talk about. Let's just say differences. Say, for example, we're running something, then you have a different opinion, I have a different opinion, and we can't seem to understand each other. Then it's like, okay. Then
Actually,
I'll watch
you
from the
mentioned
terraces.
things that you can't talk about. There's actually a rumor
Yeah.
going round about, things happening in Nexus.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the biggest ones making the rounds is the issue of you actually being dropped as CEO and Tivo coming in as CEO now.
Oh, is it? I didn't hear that rumor.
Yeah, apparently Tivo has been
yeah.
approached to be CEO of Nexus.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Really?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, yeah. The announcement was made?
No announcement, a rumor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I guess it's a rumor because I would have heard about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so something interesting. So
Yeah.
your own label, Cameo, right?
Yeah.
K-Army.
So you've got that, and you're the CEO of Nexus. Isn't there a conflict there?
How is there going to be conflict? Think of it as it's like how Jay-Z was running
Def Jam.
Def Jam. He had his own record label.
Yeah, but
What's that record label? With
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
But
he
Rockefeller was
he
under Def Jam, though.
Yeah, even Kiami could be under if I wanted to be. But see, this is the difference. Kiami is independent as a studio. Kiami doesn't have the capacity that Nexus has.
Mm-hmm.
Nexus will fund you. They'll give you all the money that you need to do your videos, to do whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiami is a studio that is the only thing that we can do is, nature your talent, produce your music,
Yeah.
put it out there. That's as far as we can go. We don't have the capacity to say, okay, I'm going to put in 100,000 in K Plus, and the only thing I can do is nature your talent, bring in the studio, nature your talent, do the basic promotion, get you out there. Then a company like Nexus will come and do the rest. It's like, oh, okay, this is something we can tap into and putting some money and develop you further. That's the difference between a record label
Yeah.
and a studio. So Nexus is a record label that will sign artists from different studios. Will sign KB from KME, will sign Sheffy from Alpha Entertainment, will sign whoever they want to sign, put everybody together, and but the people still record from whichever studios they're
Right.
comfortable with. That's the difference. So you can't say there's a conflict of interest. There's zero conflict of interest.
Wasn't there a bias, though?
Nexus is not a studio. Nexus is a record label.
Wasn't there a bias, though, of artists that were under your studio?
How is that biased?
No, I'm saying wasn't there? Like,
No, but you're asking, so obviously you must know something. Like what?
no,
is-
I
what is-
don't know anything. I'm saying
He's asking.
if
He's asking.
I were in your position,
There was
right?
absolutely no bias. Actually, I've got people that insulting me all the time. Like, why didn't you bring Alpha? Why didn't you bring J Cash? Why
Yeah.
didn't you bring Tice? Why didn't you? You know what I'm saying? So if I was biased, I was gonna bring the whole team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only people that were affiliated to me that came to KME are basically just maybe say Neil and my co-producer Big Busy. That's pretty much it. Everybody else came from different places. So
Okay.
yeah. So in a way, people still attack me for not looking out for other people
Yeah.
that
But
would have-
people, you mean people in your studio or like
yeah,
just,
people in my studio and people that are affiliated to me, obviously.
right?
Now,
Yeah.
you're an artist as well.
Yeah.
You're a CEO of Nexus.
Yeah.
As CEO of Nexus, are you also like signed to Nexus as an artist, or you're just a CEO? As an artist.
Well,
Yeah.
ideally, that was the case, but until I just concentrated on the administrative, work of the company. So, yeah.
I ask that because if you're an artist as well and you're the CEO of a record label, wouldn't, like, he's asking, aren't you a bit biased? Like, maybe wouldn't you be pushing your works more than everybody
How?
else's?
The whole
You're an
year-
artist as well. You need to sell. That's my thing.
So the
you know
whole
what I mean?
year that I done work with Nexus, which other song when until last year December, when
Yeah.
did I ever put out anything?
But then again, it still goes back to the same thing.
Yeah.
That is
It's the same sense that Jay-Z, you are the CEO of Def Jam. Why you
No,
You know what I'm saying?
If he was here, I would ask him the
Well,
same,
I
but
mean-
he's not. But you are.
Okay, so let me just correct that for you. So when I was doing the administration work for Nexus at the time, I was not putting anything. I'd taken out that artist tag off me because I needed to concentrate on whoever I was working with.
Yeah.
Until towards the end, I realized I spent so much time without doing anything. The time when I kind of took a chill back and said, you know what, this time let me make some of my own material. That's when I started to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So prior to that, it was just me looking out for everybody. So there was not a point where anybody would have felt like, oh, but KB is also doing this. So I didn't put out anything that whole entire period that, I was managing the record label.
Speaking of the Diary 11, I like the intro. Like people say you have an attitude. Do you have an attitude, actually?
Everybody thinks that if somebody's got an attitude.
Yeah, but why don't people say that about you, though?
If you don't know me, you think I've got an attitude. Do you think I've got an attitude? It's a fair question. It's a fair question. Do you think I have an attitude?
I mean, you've been nothing but nice to me from the day we met, 15 years ago? Yeah.
You've met me today. Do you think I've got an attitude?
A little.
I have?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're standoffish.
Yeah?
You're standoffish.
Okay.
But then again, more to his point, people
Yeah.
think I have an attitude.
Well, listen, it's opinionated. If you think I've got an attitude, I'm okay
Yeah, but
with
I've
that.
just
That's-
known you for all of 5 minutes.
It's all opinionated. So really, if somebody come and say you've got an attitude, okay, that's
Good and
fine.
well.
I don't know how I can help you. I try to be as cordial, as professional as I can. I guess if you're in the limelight, people expect you to be a certain way, and if you don't,
And besides, if you want to please everybody, sell ice cream.
yeah, it's a big problem.
And on the same song, you actually talk about, I think you're advising, artists coming behind you, if you're looking for stop looking for friendships in this
Yeah.
business.
Period.
Sounds like you've been betrayed a lot in this business, man.
I wouldn't really say I've been betrayed so many times.
Yeah?
I mean, I've stayed in the business long enough to understand how it works. Nobody can lie to me or tell me anything that I don't know. I've been here longer than most of the people that are popping now. I've seen how people come. I've seen how some people go, and how people just switch up.
Switch up.
Yeah, which is okay. Everybody's got their own realities and how they deal with it. So I just discovered that for you to just coexist with anybody, you should always have it in the back of the mind that. Remember that whatever we're doing here is just business. Prior to this, K Plus would not call me for anything. I mean, I don't remember the last time K Plus called me to even say, "Hey,
God
KB, what's up?
damn.
When last did you call me?
Can we have a
Have
drink?"
you ever called me in
No,
your
let
life?
me
Okay,
finish.
calm down, ladies.
Let me finish. Okay, that lady statement is a bit off. Anyway, so like I was saying, I don't remember the last time you called me, but I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that's the problem.
It's just a reality of things.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say
It's a
really
reality
is that
of things, yeah.
K Plus is gonna call me if he needs something.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? I'll probably call you if I need something.
Yeah, true.
Not that I don't have a problem with you. I've never had a problem with you. Obviously, if I remember,
No
okay,
bad
Plus.
blood, man. No bad blood.
I'll call you and, hey, what are you doing? Are
Except
you
for
free?
the time when I had the interview with Tivo. Yeah, you were a bit upset with me.
No, I wasn't upset with you.
You were not?
No, I wasn't upset. It's just, I just thought the timing is just,
It was a bit off.
Because you didn't tell me. You just call me and say, oh, you have to be on it. Then you come and tell me later that is, I wasn't prepared, to come and sit on something that I was not comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like same thing with you. I can't push you to be on something you're not comfortable. I have to be comfortable. I have to feel like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready to talk. You have to call me first and find out.
Yeah. Well, I know Elson's looking a little lost here. The situation was like this, yeah? I wanted a discussion about why Zambian musicians are not making money in this industry, right? I think it's like episode 2 when you check on our YouTube channel. So I called him first. I called Tivo first and I explained to him and he said, okay, no problem. Then I called KB who says, cool, no problem. I said, okay, cool. So it's going to be you and Tivo on the episode. And KB was a bit uncomfortable with that because there was that tweet going around. Yeah, like you felt attacked about the song.
So is that why you're uncomfortable being with Tivo on the episode?
Well, not exactly. I was just uncomfortable me being pushed into a conversation I didn't want to have. I didn't want to have that conversation, first of all.
Yeah.
Out of respect, like I told you, out of respect for somebody that I look up to, and obviously first in the beginning, I didn't even know if it was being addressed to me in the first place.
Yeah.
For me, it was like more of speculation. So I couldn't have concluded and say that's that's the situation. But overall, I wasn't just comfortable at the time.
But wouldn't that be the best platform to address that?
Well, no, not really. I mean, let's say, for example, we all deal with things differently. If, for example, I don't want to discuss something that I feel uncomfortable with, I'd rather just keep quiet. I'd lose nothing for it. You know, maybe at the time, maybe I'm hot-tempered or I might say something disrespectful.
True.
You don't want to talk about it. I mean, it's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I don't want to talk about it, you respect that.
It would be amazing for ratings, though.
I don't look at it that way. I mean, I know that's how showbiz work. You know, showbiz is about the numbers, and you know, you come, you know, like you force me to say something that is gonna trigger something,
Provoke someone, we get numbers, they have to respond.
I don't roll like that. I've never been like that. I've never been a diva. I've never been somebody that is looking for attention. You know, I've always just wanted to do my work. I do my work, you know, do whatever I have to do out, and you know, that's pretty much it. I've never looked for attention. That's not my style. I know people like to do that, and people want ratings. They know if I come here, you know, I take a shot at somebody, you know, you edit that clip and put it out, and it's gonna trend, and all the bloggers are gonna talk about it, and you know what I'm saying? So no, I don't look for attention that way. So that's the reason. For me, mostly had to do with respect, because I didn't know how I was gonna react about it. If it's intended for me, you know, I wouldn't want to disrespect somebody that gave me a shot when nobody else did. So
Tivo did, yeah?
Yeah, Tivo gave me
much love and respect to him, man. I've got mad respect for him as well.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about people, you know, comparing a song to Matrimony, though?
Listen, I've been a recipient for criticism. I've been in this business, you think about it, for like 17 years.
Yeah.
You know, this is not the first time, you know, and when you talk about that, and I say this before, we can sit here and say, okay, your song sounds like this, but let's also look at other songs that will sound like another song. We can sit here and spend the
For example?
There's so many songs. I don't want to get into it. I mean, I'm not a snitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to come and say, oh, the song by that guy sounds like this, but I can pull them out. Like even when Fine Time, I can say, listen to this. Some of them are actually, you know, instrument for instrument, like sample. This way you need to understand the difference. They're sampling and their similarities. Okay?
So what was yours?
No, let me finish.
Okay.
So when you say it sounded, it like you sampled it, when you say you sampled it, that's a wrong perspective, okay? Because it wasn't sampled. So many chord progressions. How many chord progressions are there in the world? I can tell you a million songs that have got the exact same chord progression, but they're different songs. You know what chord progression is?
Was it like the rhythm or what?
No, the
teach
chord,
us
like
production, man. Teach us,
when you play
educate
the
us now.
keys. So when you play the keys, like for example, you play key D, A, G, C. That's a chord progression.
Yeah.
There's so many songs in that chord progression. Millions of songs in that chord progression.
Yeah, but no other song sounds like Matrimony.
Sampling.
Yeah.
Come on. Do I need to school you?
Yeah, please
Come
do.
on,
I'm not a
please.
producer. Please, yeah.
Come on, K Plus.
School me too.
Yeah.
When you say it sounds like,
Yeah.
how many songs have got that Marvin Gaye chord progression?
Only one, the one that's in court.
Oh, I'm a producer. Come on, you know, come on. That's
What
not
are
that's,
bloodlines?
That's not your
Bloodlines?
area. What I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
when I say chord progression, the
Yeah.
exact same chord progression. So this is what I'm trying to say. So if you're playing a song in, say, for example, let me give hypothetically speaking, you're playing a song in, say, B minor, you go to B minor, then you go to G, then you go to A. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the chord progression.
Okay.
So B minor, you go to G, then you go to A. There's so many songs in that chord progression, but they're different with the way you put it together. A sample is, if for example, I went to that specific Wale song, I chopped a sample of it and dragged it into my DAW and I added instrument on top, then that's a sample. I get flagged for that. I know people that have tried to submit the music on, say, for example, TuneCo, and it got flagged because it was picked up. Okay? And by the way, that song, only the first two progressions are similar, or should I say probably the same after listening to it.
What, Diary 11 and...
Yeah, only the
And
first two
Matrimony?
progressions. Yeah, the last
Yeah.
three progressions are different. You know what I'm saying? So
Serious?
Yeah. So also that, and when I was making that, and genuinely, and I know people will probably not believe me, I wasn't even listening to that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had the chords. And you know, the chords, it's a possibility. Ask any producer. Ask any producer will tell you that there's been a time when you play something and it sounded similar to another one because there's just so many chord progressions that you can play.
Yeah.
Okay? Then the part where Neo tried to sound a little bit like Usher, sometimes it could be like a deja vu. Like, for example, you know, he might have been listening to a melody in his head.
and
Then maybe he knew about it. I didn't know about it. So when I went to listen, I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. You know, then it sounds like it's there. But listen, all in all, if it was a sampled song per se, I think it would have been flagged. I think it would have been flagged because it's on all the platforms, all the digital
Hey,
platforms.
congratulations, man. 1 million Streams on what's that? Boomplay?
Yeah.
Ish, man. You gotta hand
It's
it
actually
big.
now
1 million.
It's actually 1.5 now.
1.5. Hey, guys,
Wow.
please. Some hands for KB, man. Please.
And, speaking of,
Dude, because that's international, man.
yeah, and congratulations.
You won't get 1 million Zambias listening to you on Boomplay.
No, but speaking of,
Yeah.
we are now
Yeah,
at 10,000
like
subscribers.
That's like on. Oh no! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. 10,000 subscribers.
And those numbers,
Milestone. Yeah.
numbers are from like 9 countries. I mean, Zambia obviously has the most listeners. So
Yeah.
it's Zambia followed by Uganda, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Cameroon, Senegal, and I think Rwanda and Kenya.
Where you from?
Me, where I'm from? I'm from Zambia. What do you mean where I'm from?
No, we heard when
These
the
numbers.
mics-
I'm talking about the numbers.
Music, the music numbers,
the
right.
numbers.
Boomplay.
Yeah.
No, I heard guys talk about some
West
African
Africa.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What country is that?
I'm from Zambia. What do you mean one country?
So what?
No, like I think what he means
It's
is
like
we don't have any
heritage.
Yaya
Oh,
Kabas
originally.
in-
Okay, no, my
originally.
father was from West Africa.
Oh, okay.
Guinea, a country called Guinea.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I think that clears the air on the matrimony issue. Because I mean, everybody hearing will come and talk to you asking about that. Yeah.
Before that,
Yeah.
You
You
going
know what?
back to listen to
you know
it.
what you should do?
Yeah.
I think take some time, ask some people, make it your next topic and find out. You'll be shocked at how many people have actually ripped off. I didn't even rip off. People
Yeah.
that have ripped off.
That same song.
Not that same song. I'm talking
Just
about
songs
just
in
ripping off
general.
songs in general. I didn't even rip it off. I mean, it's just the chord progression. And I think what gave it away is Neo doing that melody part. If it wasn't for that melody part,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna come and talk about that thing. I can promise you.
Okay, bro. So, but going back now, listening to it in hindsight,
Yeah.
do you see any similarities between the two songs?
There's so many songs that I'll give you an example.
No,
also, like I
between
said,
those two songs.
well, similarities will be there. I mean, I can hear where that is coming from. Similarities will definitely be there.
Right.
You know, similarities are there, but you can't say they sound the same.
Okay.
You know, let's remove Neo's part.
Yeah.
You have a totally different song altogether. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the only thing that gave people that liberty now to just start talking like, oh, you ripped it off from here. But like I said, there's so
that's Neo's fault.
many songs. I wouldn't say it's a fault. I mean, people do that all the time. People will take a melody line from some song and, you know,
Yeah.
and even in Zambian songs, I just can't remember which one, but you pick like a melody line from a big artist or like a Nigerian artist and you put it in
Yeah,
your song.
transpose
I
kind of
see
thing,
that
yeah.
all the time. Maybe because it was KB and everybody wanted to talk about it. You know, it's okay. I mean, it gave it some traction. And you know, it made me some good money, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, nice.
I'm not complaining
Plus
at
the
all.
1.5 million.
I'm not complaining
streams.
at
And
all.
besides, the
Yeah.
more people
So
talk
thanks,
about this,
thanks to your team for blowing it up because it became a topic.
I was
on
about to
radio,
say that.
You're welcome.
You know,
we'll send
for
you the invoice
for
on
the
Monday.
for the next 2 weeks, and I just saw my numbers just shoot up.
The more
everywhere.
people
We'll
talk
send you
about
the
it, it's good
invoice.
for you
We'll
as
send you the
well.
invoice.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a
there's no
businessman.
bad publicity in this
Yeah,
business,
true.
so I'm okay with that.
So should I say you're welcome?
Yeah, not a problem, man.
You're welcome. Bro. You're KB.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of K Army, if I can just head back to that.
Yeah.
Alpha Romeo, that was like your banner boy, man. Like he was like one of the biggest things on K Army, and then he moves on to XYZ. How do you feel about that? What happened?
Well, this is my honest opinion.
Yeah.
You know, Alpha, first of all, Alpha will always be my boy. I mean, contrary to what everybody
Yeah.
says, you know, for me, he'll always be like a kid brother. We started off that thing together, and I got a lot of respect for what he's trying to do. But you see, everybody has their own reality. He probably wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
You know, and I can understand where he's coming from. I mean, there was a time when you'd probably have gotten a little frustrated because I had so many other artists that I'd pay attention to, and he'll feel like, you know what, I'm not getting the attention that I used to get. You know, people will feel a certain way and feel like, you know what, let me try something different. Maybe somebody offered him something that I was not offering at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I was moving to Nexus and he felt like, you know what, I needed to do this. And, you know, so he actually called me. What people don't understand is that we have this conversation. He actually called me and told me about it. You know, and told me what I said, you know what, you have to follow what your heart tells you. If that's what you want to do, then, you know, do what you have to do, you know. But people still feel like, oh, KB doesn't want to hold down this. It's not in my power. If somebody wants to do what they want to do, I can't force you. I can't say.
Yeah.
But the reality is, before I moved to Nexus, I called Alpha and I told him, listen, you know, we haven't done something in a long time. I'm ready to do an album for you, because at the time when we needed to work, I was busy with it. I was doing my album. I was doing Neo stuff. You know, I was doing a lot of things at the time, so I didn't really have enough time to sit down. I said, you know what? Now I have a window. You know, I'm ready to do some stuff. Can you come back in the studio? Let's, you know, put some concepts together and make an album. But I'm thinking, he said, okay, no problem. Then he went quiet. But I'm thinking maybe he thought, like, you know what? I needed like a different environment, maybe different beats. Sometimes people feel like if you work with the same producer for too long, you might start to sound predictable, and you know what I'm saying? So
More
maybe
monotonous.
Yeah, so maybe he felt like, you know what, I'll do with a different environment, and maybe that's why he made that decision. And when he asked me about it, I gave him my blessing. But what I would have preferred was, I said in the last interview, was from this stage, Alpha would have been better off making his own record label. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have started from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Find one or two producers that you can work with. There's already a lot of people that want to make music for him. Make your own record label, like what Tishon did or what J Cash did, and just start from there. That would have been my preference. I would have been happy if he did that. You know what I'm saying? So he's not a youngster. Alpha is 30-something years old, so he makes his own decision. But my door is always open. I mean, if he wants to come and make another album, I'm just a phone call away. He's my brother. I actually miss him. I should actually call him and check up on him.
Yeah, feel free. You can even do it on the show, man. Yeah.
Now I'll call him.
KB, you always have interesting stories surrounding your name, man.
Yeah.
And there's the J Cash.
Yeah.
Is it a disagreement, beef? What's going on between you and J Cash?
Absolutely. The funny thing is that when I heard J Cash saying that, I was not happy about him. I laughed because I'm always checking up on J Cash. And the funny thing is that I called him when this Boomplay thing was coming up. I told him, I said, listen, I need to sort out your issue real quick. I think you'll make some good money there. And I connected him to the people there, and his album did extremely well. And this is about the same time when that interview was happening. I've been communicating. Even he actually is on my album. He's actually on one of the best songs on my album called Ordinary Lover. So we've been in touch. Actually, if you ask him, he's going to tell you. I called him jokingly. I said, hey, how come you never call me? You're just going to hear one day I'm going to drop dead, and you're going to say, oh, I wish I called him enough, and you know what I'm saying? And we laughed about it, and to be honest, that's my kid brother. I took J Cash when I was 17 years old.
How old are you?
I'm 39 years old this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm an old man.
No, not really.
No, you're not?
So good.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Yeah, 37.
No, I'm 36.
You don't even know how old you are.
No, Ash, bro. Listen, let me tell you. So, it's like football age.
Yeah. Okay, so
It fluctuates depending on who asks.
So really, people like J Cash, T-shirt.
So what led to that? You're giving us a long story, but what led to that?
What led to what?
The whole, you're giving us a long story about J Cash, but what's the genesis of that whole story?
Well, listen, as a rapper, you get to a point where, J Cash was becoming independent, and he was seeing my moves, and he wanted to elevate himself, and he thought, okay, you know what I mean? I need to start my own record label, which I highly recommend. He came to me for most of advice, like what can I get? You know what I'm saying? I advise him, buy this sound card, or this microphone is better, and that sort of thing. And so that whole thing, I don't know where it could have been coming from somewhere else. You know how it is when you're in management. Maybe, for example, you've got a contract and your contract says this, and maybe sometimes an artist will feel some type of way of a certain thing because it's business. When it's business, people get angry.
Right.
P. Diddy and the Locks had a fallout. Contracts are always crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Contracts will never be like, we're just having like a hearsay. Me and you will just be talking right now, but if we have to follow the contract, me and him will probably start having problems because I start thinking, let's be humans first of all. It's like, no, a contract is a contract. Maybe that could have been a situation where we now have to try and follow the contract. I feel like I need to make this, or what, I don't know what the situation is. But as far as I'm concerned, there's absolutely J Cash is my little brother, man. I love that boy. That's my boy. I call him. Come on. I can even show you my WhatsApp history conversation. You'll be shocked.
Where's that?
Where's your phone?
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, I'll show you. Just give me a second. I can show you. Just give me a second.
We'll wait.
Yeah. We got all the time.
All the time in the world. Yeah.
Like the last conversation that we had.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll scroll.
No, not for you. You can start from there. Just
wait, but what the hell's on me though?
It's privacy. I'd rather just show it to K Plus. So you can scroll down.
You're not trusted, bro.
Fam, what reputation have I created for myself?
That's it.
We just check now.
It's private. Come on.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So you can see you.
Yeah.
I promise I'm nice.
And this conversation was, I think, a week or 2 weeks ago.
You're talking numbers, yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking numbers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of numbers,
Yeah.
let's talk about your maps, man.
Yeah.
Leaving Kalandanya, coming to you guys.
To be honest, I have no role. I played zero role in that.
As the CEO.
Yeah, I played no part in that business. I mean, I heard it just like all of you heard it.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't met him from the time he made that transition from Kalandanya to Nexus. Like I told you, I mean,
you're not in office much, are you?
No, I'm not. You know, and that's the reason why I'm hearing you telling me that you're planning
that you're being dropped. Steve was coming in,
which I don't even know because nobody told me about it. I haven't been in office for like maybe 6 months now.
What?
What kind of CEO are you?
Like I said, I mean, it's something that I don't want to talk about because really.
But are you still the CEO?
Listen, my brother.
No, he's not.
Come on, fam.
6 months?
Give us something here, man. What if a CEO is not in office for 6 months?
I promise you. I promise you, when there's something solid, you'll be the first one to know about it.
No, but the fact that right now you're not really giving like a clear cut answer.
Yeah, because there's nothing to talk about right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like all I can tell you now is that we didn't agree on certain things.
Yeah,
we didn't. Obviously, you know, if you make me your CEO, there are things that I want to see happen. Then if you, as the boss, you don't see what I'm trying to do, then we have that difference. Then I'm saying, okay, you know what? Then I'd rather just stay
in the background.
So who's running things right now?
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I can't speak on that behalf. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm still the CEO of the company. Nobody has told me anything. And
boss.
Yeah. Me and the boss haven't spoken in a little while.
Do you earn a salary there?
I don't want to talk about that. That's very private now.
No, it's not the amount.
I didn't say how much.
The amount. Is it coming in? Are you getting your paycheck?
No, I'd rather not talk about it. You know,
we'll take that as a no.
I'd rather not talk about it because that's a very sensitive situation, and I was trying by all means to avoid that conversation, but yeah. So we'll leave it at that.
You know, there are always these internal wrangles, internal beefs in a record label when, you know, other artists start feeling like maybe the record label is giving too much attention to one artist. It's always an issue.
Situation.
Yeah, then there's your maps being flown to Nigeria. You know, there's these expensive videos. How are the other artists feeling about this, and how do you make sure everybody's happy in the company, try to make everybody happy?
Make your own assertion on that. What do you think?
I'm trying to find out what's happening inside. That's all.
Listen,
yeah,
I'm not inside there to see what's happening, but you are clever enough to make an assertion. So, what do you think?
I'm getting weird Iris deja vu here. Did you watch the Iris interview?
No.
Man, I'm getting weird Iris deja vu. But anyway, go ahead.
What do you mean? What is this guy talking about?
Explain, bro.
No, it was just a pretty interesting interview that we had with Iris.
So how is that connected to me? I'm a little confused. What do you mean?
He's having deja vu. Maybe explain the situation.
That's how she was.
Like the energy, yeah. She was a little standoffish as well.
Oh, that's offish? I'm being off?
No, standoffish. Yeah, no, you're good though.
Oh, okay.
So far, you're good.
I was getting a little worried.
So
like,
how do I feel about or what do I think about the whole situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's a genuine question.
It is a genuine, yeah. I know. I get where you're coming from. I'm feeling maybe that the other artists are feeling like, okay, this guy just comes into our camp and is getting all this love. Where has all this money been? Where have all these resources been that they haven't spent on us? And a guy comes in from Kalandanya and he starts getting all of this. I'm thinking they're probably going to start showing hate or something.
I think he'll be the best person to answer that question. You know, like I said, Yo Maps, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like to delve into...
no, but this is happening in Nexus. That's why I'm asking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, listen, I've tried to give you as much as information that I can. I haven't been in the camp for like 6 months.
So you don't talk to anyone in the company at all?
I mean, I still talk to some artists, you know. I spoke to the boss 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in office. I haven't done any work. Well, I'm doing some of the work, you know, at my own time, and you know what I'm saying? But there's some administrative work that I'm not part of, you know, when it comes to signing artists or decision making. Everything you see, I've got nothing to do with that. Like I said, I knew about Yo Maps coming to Nexus the same way you knew about it.
But bruh, realistically speaking, right?
Yeah.
If a company can do without you for 6 months and things keep still moving, are you really still part of the company?
Like I said, you see, like I told K+, when the right time for me to come and talk about certain things, there are reasons why
you can't talk about it.
Yeah, things are the way they are. But I promise you, listen, I don't like to talk about things that are half-baked. I might start something that, might just cause confusion. I don't want to cause confusion. There's no clear situation here that, it's not like I had a fallout, like the boss say, oh, you're fired. Or, there was nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those where I don't agree with what you're doing, and, you put your foot down and say, I want to do that. And I was like, you know what? Then if that's the case, then, you know what I'm saying? I'll just take a chill back and,
Right.
That's pretty much the situation. That's where we are, But like I say, there's still a lot of work that I'm still doing. There's still a lot of work that I'm still doing for Nexus. I'll probably say I'm still doing like 50% of the work, but obviously not at the office. At my own time, I'll do whatever I have to do. But, some of that is something that we'll see. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a change of heart, from him, and we can have like a very proper conversation, and we can correct some of the things, the same things that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? My issue, this I'll talk about. My issue was always signing too many artists. I was always against it. I've never had problem with signing artists. I just felt like if you had too many people, you can't give everybody attention, especially if you've got superstars, you've got Sheffy, you've got, you know what I'm saying? You can't give the same exact attention to 5-6 superstars. They all have pride. They all have egos. You know what I'm saying? They all have demands.
And not everybody's good.
Yeah, you can't give them all that attention. It becomes a problem. That problem is going to be diverted to me, because now I'm going to be the problem, and I didn't want that hit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I was already getting that hit from my own artists that, started calling me out for things, for decisions that I didn't make. It was becoming a bit of a mess for me, and I just felt like, sort that out. Then if we are ready enough now to talk about things going forward, we can talk about it. If not, then we have to decide, what we need to do. So that's where we're at.
You mentioned you're not in the office, but you're doing 50% of the work.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what that 50% constitutes.
Well, it's private. I don't want to talk about it, but it's work. Work is work. It's like, how can I put it? I know this guy's going to think this guy is a stuck up or anything, but I'm not giving away too much. Listen, I don't want to talk about a sensitive situation.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable talking about.
Is it administrative?
Because you see, the problem is that there's a lot of people that are watching this that are ready to misquote me and are ready to just scream a headline. KB said this or KB said that. You know what I'm saying? I have to be as careful as possible about what I say. So I think it's good enough to me to say I still do 50% of the work.
Mm-hmm. I hope my next question is...
That's good enough.
I hope my next question ties into the 50% that you're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's the issue, I think there was an interview. Which interview was that again? With... where's that be now when I need her the most? I think it was with Showstar or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you mentioned... on a chef video, the Nexus logo was not in the video, and you mentioned it was an error.
Yeah.
But this has happened again.
I think it's another error. These videographers are always making errors.
Come on. No. Too much of a coincidence, man.
How do you do...
Too much of two videos.
How do you make such errors twice?
You tell us.
I'm confused. I'm as confused as you
How are you
are.
confused as CEO?
Like, how do you forget?
Come on, man.
I called the guy, like, why didn't you put the logo in?
Again?
Like, I forgot.
Come on.
It's crazy.
So why didn't he put it back? If you guys watch the videos before they come out, why didn't
because
he put
it's
it
already
back?
out.
Come on. You guys watch the videos before they come out. You're lying to us, KB.
I didn't watch it.
So the person who watches these things before they go out,
listen,
I know you guys watch the videos for errors before they go out.
This is my truth. I didn't watch it. I saw it like everybody else. The way you saw it on YouTube, that's how I saw it.
You got a good poker face, bro.
I swear to God, I'm not even lying to you. I swear down. The same way everybody was watching it on YouTube is the same way I watched it.
Damn.
Yeah.
So isn't there
somebody
somebody needs to lose their job? Isn't there like a manager in charge of seeing these things for errors? In case there was some, branding materials that were not supposed to show in the video.
I'll submit your name so you can, you can be a part of it.
Somebody needs to lose their job.
Because that would never have happened under my watch.
Who was responsible for
Impossible.
this? Who was responsible for this?
So
we need a name.
Okay, so let me tell you. Let me tell you this. So before any video or anything came out, it went through me and Superman. Superman will give his opinion about it. I'll give an opinion about it. If you feel like things need to be changed, they'll be changed and they'll be submitted to us, and we all agree that okay, this now can go. That's for everything. That's for music, for videos, for basically everything. Even when the videos are done, they need to come through us. We have a look and give the approval and say, okay, you know what, it's been approved. But like I said, you know, everything that came out in the last 4 or 5 months, you know, I didn't have preview to it. So it's just one of those I was just watching from the terraces. Just the same way. I was like, oh, there's no logo. Oh. You know, but I'm not going to call Sheffy and say, why is there no logo there? You know, so.
What's your suspicion, though? Because a video producer forgetting the logo is
I have no idea.
It's a little far-fetched,
I'm not inside there for me to know exactly what's happening.
What's your suspicion?
It's either the guy forgot or Sheffy just deliberately omitted to put the logo there. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak on his behalf because I don't know. I don't know the situation, and that's the honest truth.
Chef, we need you on the next episode of That Zed Podcast, bruv.
Can't we call him?
Yeah, can we call him right now? Can we call him? Maybe ask him.
He's not going to pick up.
He's not going to pick up your call.
No, he's going to pick up. He'll probably pick up, but, you know.
Let's ask him, bro. Let's just clear the air because it's a big issue. So
it will make him a bit uncomfortable. I think call him at your own time that, you know, you can speak to him and, you know.
Should I call his manager maybe?
Yeah, maybe you can call his manager. Maybe you can call Super.
Oh, Superman. That's the other guy.
Superman is the manager.
He's the manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's press the call.
I don't have Super's number.
Do you have Superman's number?
You have Super's number. No, please.
Bring it.
Bring it, please. We need to call Super and clear the air on this.
While the CEO
is here.
Are you texting him not to answer his phone?
No. I'm trying to give you his number.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay,
Hey, get the number.
All right. Let's go Super.
I'm trying to give you Super's number.
Don't say it out.
Oh, shoot.
That's the number there.
This is why you should never look at phones during an interview, huh? I'm finding messages that are urgent. Anywho, yeah. Never look at your phone during an interview. And you know the other mistake we made before this interview? Eating in shima before an interview. Yo.
Oh, good Lord.
Ha!
Did you have your
Switcher.
lunch?
No, not yet.
He's back.
Switcher's back.
That's my role.
Switcher's back in the camp. And we're having in shima for lunch now before an interview.
This is a nice phone, bro.
Thank you.
Oh, it rings. You want to handle this?
Do I want to handle it? No, I'll let you
All
handle
right,
it.
sure. Okay, let's do
He
this.
doesn't know who the hell I am. Those are dope, right?
Isu Stores.
Hello.
Hi, boss. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, boss. Monifa Bueno.
That doesn't sound like Super.
Kuna bunch, boss.
Sorry, is this Super?
Eh?
Is this Super? Superman?
No. This is Mr. Nyirongo.
All right, thanks.
No, but that's Superman's number. I think he just changed it. There it
Are
is.
you sure you took the right
Yeah.
number?
This is the number I gave you, right?
Oh, crap. Did I miss a number?
You probably missed the number.
No.
Check.
Dude, just check for me. It's the exact number Mr. Nyirongo answered.
Yeah, it's the correct number.
It's the correct number, yeah.
Then I'm confused then because this is Super's number.
You saved the wrong Super.
No.
Let's
give me a
use
second.
let's use the one Switcher has. Where's the speaker? Hello? Hello?
Switcher.
Oh, hi, boss. Monifa Bueno.
Eh, Raka.
Proper. Amdala, sorry, we are interviewing KB and we're talking about the Nexus logo not being on Chef 187's number one. That's Zed Podcast. Hello?
Eh.
Yeah, we're interviewing KB and he's failed to give us an answer as to why we're not seeing the Nexus logo in Chef 187's videos recently.
So you want an answer from me?
Yeah, I mean, you're the manager. We're just a bit worried. Like, are things okay in the camp?
Mention to him that you're on a podcast.
Sorry?
No, I'm saying, how is the best way to answer this? No, things are okay.
But why aren't we seeing the logo in the videos now? Like 2 videos in a row now.
No, it's a simple thing. We ran down our contract. It was just for a year.
Also, Chef is no longer with Nexus.
You see? I told you there was an answer
Not
to
at
that.
the moment, no.
Oh. But this hasn't been made public, has it?
No, because we're still trying to see what's happening. Whether we're renewing so it's just an issue.
Ah.
Timeline, yeah, so it's not being complicated.
So, but there's no bad blood between Chef and Nexus. There's a possibility he could still sign this year, right?
There's a possibility we'll still sign. So that's up to Nexus.
All right. No, we're just worried about the logos not showing. So we're thinking maybe there's some issue between Chef and Nexus. But thanks for clearing the air on that one.
Okay, no worries.
All right. So we could be hearing who is signing to as soon as when?
Let's see what happens in the next 3 weeks, maybe.
In the next 3 weeks. All right, Superman. Thanks for taking the call, bro.
No worries.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
But
No, I did. I didn't mention it's a podcast.
But
I did.
the beauty.
You did?
The,
Yeah, I
he
did.
did.
You're
He
gonna
did.
hear that,
But then
yeah.
the beauty of it again is we can call him right after this and let him know.
Okay.
So if he's got an issue with
Fair
it, then
enough.
we take it out.
No,
Actually, he
100%.
thinks he was live on radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that will be the right.
Switcher, what the hell kind of phone have you got, bruh?
iPhone, you don't fika low so na iwe. Switcher. You're an embarrassment to iPhones, bruh.
No, that's not. It's got a button on it, right? That's not an iPhone anymore. Sorry, bruh. We digress.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, so you heard what Super said. He's talking
Yeah.
about Sheffy. The contract came to an end.
So you see, I genuinely,
Didn't know. Because you haven't been in office in 6 months.
but the gentleman thinks I'm playing ping pong or something. But you know,
Where?
Dude, this room is hot, eh?
Yeah, cheese.
yeah, it is.
And I think I picked the wrong outfit for this interview, man. Hot room and I pick out the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking
It's
of...
crazy because it's raining
Yeah,
outside.
Izu, put an aircon in your shop, bruh. But regardless, you've got really cool stuff in this store, man. In fact, if you're looking for cool wear like we're wearing, Elson and I,
North Mid.
is the store, North Mid. Yeah. So anyway, that chef issue cleared, and I had another pressing issue I wanted to bring out. It's gone. I'm having a goldfish memory right now.
Abby, is there anything that we've left out so far? Wait, but I'm actually interested in knowing about this guy as a person. We never really got into it. We just got straight into who you
me?
are now.
No, I've got my line of thought back. When I was talking to Super, he mentioned we could be signing back to Nexus 2022. But as a CEO, what vision do you have for Nexus this year? As a CEO,
Well, like
who
I
hasn't been in office in 6 months, yeah.
Well, like I said, for me, until that part of the business is sorted out, I have nothing in mind right now. Because, like I said, there was that bit of situation that needed to be fixed. But for as long as things stay like that, I have zero vision until
You sort that
vision.
out.
Yeah, of course. Because really,
It's
like I
not-
said, like
Yeah.
from my opinion, obviously, you put me as a CEO, I've got a vision of
Yeah.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
But if I don't realize that dream, that vision myself, then it's not my vision. Then why would you call it my? It's like you come and say, KB, I want you to do something, but you're calling all the shots, and
Then
So
what,
I'm
what
not
am
giving
I
you the
here for?
independence.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not.
So are you dating?
I'm married.
Married, very
Oh, you're
married.
married.
Yeah.
For how long have you been married?
For a long time, since 2015.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what, 7 years.
I got 3
pretty much.
kids, 4 kids actually.
Beautiful.
Yeah, my firstborn is turning 18 this year.
18.
My secondborn is turning 15. They're both in West Africa. My thirdborn is 8 years old. My last one is 2 years old.
Damn,
Yeah,
you've been busy.
yeah, man. I needed to make
I
sure I
like-
live. I needed to make sure.
Make sure you leave a footprint on this planet while you
when
can,
I'm
man.
gone,
But
my name
honestly,
is
in the
my
industry
name is
that-
carried on.
In the industry that you're in, I mean, you get so many girls. I have been here for all of 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And my inbox is
Wow.
very interesting. Now I can imagine you're a good-looking guy. You're in music. You got music videos. How do you handle that attention, the pressure?
You see, the longer
chicks
you,
mainly.
the longer you stay in it, you obviously when in my infancy I was excited. When somebody
Right.
comes into my DM, I'm excited. But you're talking to somebody who's been in the business for 17 years, so yeah.
I
managed-
remember those days.
Yeah, I managed as well.
I remember those
You
days in
were
your
wild.
infancy.
Oh, everybody was wild.
Did you
Of
have
course I
sex
was
with your
wild.
fans?
No, but I was wild for sure.
So you never did.
I don't know. Maybe I did. I can't remember.
Can I remind you of something?
Yeah.
KB, we love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
He had a jingle on radio which just drive the girls wild, man, like crazy. Yeah. So your question is very well placed.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, so another interesting about KB though. He mentioned he's been married 7 years. I love looking at photos of you and your wife, especially when you're standing.
Yeah. She's the total opposite.
Complete opposite.
Is she not as tall as you are?
Ah!
She's very small.
Complete opposite.
It's a Jada
Will Smith
type of situation. She's
You do not want to compare yourself to Will Smith. That guy's a simp.
She's very petite. She's very, very petite.
Nice.
She's like 43 kgs.
Are you serious?
Dude,
I'm 100 kilos.
You could put her in a pocket.
She reaches me somewhere here.
Dude, a bit lower, elbow.
But my son is huge.
So what
He
attracted
gets
you
me-
to her?
It's like everybody's different. People are attracted to big ass. So, it's
Yeah.
just,
But in your case,
I mean, everything about her. She's smart. She's intelligent. She's hardworking. Just everything I'd be looking for in a woman. So, yeah.
The mom of
That's
your
my
3
preference.
kids?
It's like say no, a mom of my one kid. My
Okay.
three other kids are from, somebody else from my previous relationship.
All right, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was about to ask more about the domestication, but then we move to that Zed trivia. KB, as we get to know you more, let's find out a little bit. I'll ask you like 14 quick questions. What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Weirdest thing I've ever eaten.
Yeah, that's Zed trivia about KB. The weirdest thing you've ever eaten.
Do body parts count?
But what?
Body parts.
I don't know,
Like,
I don't know whether it's weird, but
Yeah.
goat head. I don't know if goat head is weird, but I enjoyed it.
you've never eaten like a snake?
No.
Have you?
Just asking.
No.
Well, that would be weird though,
No.
because or snails. It's eaten a snail before?
No.
People eat snails. What are they finding those things, eh?
Ish. People are weird.
And I hear in South Africa, a lot of restaurants serving snail now.
People are weird.
Huh? Chinese, eh? Oh, let's not even go there, man. Chinese. So out of the 4 seasons, what's your favorite one and why?
4 seasons?
Yeah, out of the 4 seasons that we had.
Not the
season-
hotel.
Not the hotel. The
Oh, you mean
seasons,
the
like weather.
seasons?
The weather, yeah.
I love the cold weather.
Oh, for obvious reasons.
No, I just love
Yeah.
the cold weather. I mean, I hate the heat because I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Because of my condition, so I get very uncomfortable.
What condition is that?
I like. I'm diabetic.
Oh, okay.
I've got diabetes, so
Also, the heat does you bad.
yeah, the heat does me terrible. So I like room that are properly ventilated. AC. If there's no AC, I'll be out in a minute. So if it's hot, if it was October now and it's hot, I would not be here by now. I'd have walked out.
I would have thought maybe you said cold season for the other reason.
No.
Like maybe
For
you
what reason, you horny rabbit?
I love the
maybe
cold
it's
season.
not spending more time at home with the
I
wife
love
in
the
the cold
rainy
season.
season too.
Yeah.
I love the rainy season. I like the
Because it's
cold
cool,
weather. Yeah. Those
baby
things.
making weather, yeah. Just say. And what is the most absurd thing you've been tricked into doing or believing?
Somebody tricked me to drink alcohol, but it never worked.
That's happened to me as well.
Yeah, it didn't work.
That happened to me as well. I had people that came over to my house. So what they did is
Yeah.
they emptied half the container of juice and
Yeah.
replaced that with alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, immediately I just held the bottle. I could
Yeah,
just
you could smell that,
like
right?
an off
Yeah.
smell, and I knew it, and I was very, very upset because that's against my will. You never do that. You can never.
That's a violation.
It's a violation. You have to respect. Like.
Have you
why
drank
would
Benlin before?
No,
You've never drank Benlin.
no.
Okay.
I know there's
sp-
alcohol in Ben. I've never taken Benlin. And obviously, that's another thing is that's against my religion. So anything that's got alcohol in it, I'm
What
not
religion
taking.
is this?
I'm a Muslim.
Haram.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of alcohol, each silly story, man. And you being tricked into whatever.
Yeah.
The inverse of this story, though. You know where bachelor days?
You miss those, don't you?
No, not really.
Don't let your wife hear you say that. You definitely do miss it. You'll be in
Anyway.
trouble.
You know how you've got visitors over who feel they know a lot and they see themselves as bougie? We call them bougie, yeah? And, you want to serve them autumn harvest, which is looked down upon as a cheap drink. And they refuse to drink it. Like, no, we're not cheap. We're not going to drink that. You know what I mean? And my housemate, crazy guy, he goes into the pantry, finds us a bottle of Moet, okay? He pretends to leave the house to go shopping and comes back, pretends to have popped a bottle of Moet in the kitchen and fills it up with autumn harvest.
And they drank it.
Comes to the living room, pours from a bottle of Moet, and everybody thinks it's Moet and start drinking it and they start praising it like, now this is what a wine should taste like.
Are you kidding me?
Dumbasses.
Dude, that already it saves you how much? Autumn harvest was like what, 20 kwacha? Moet was like 600-700 kwacha. Saves you a whole 680 kwacha.
Why-
Genius! I miss that guy, man.
Why didn't we do this with Slap D?
But And gave him what?
I don't know. What did
And gave him some.
Oh, I said Henny, right?
You're drinking Henny.
But-
Or should I have given him a kajili jili? Oh, it's so mean. But these things happen. You know, a lot of people pretend to live a life that they don't. It's like, we're talking about this with Slap D as well. Artists and how they'll give you a certain life. Well, I think we all do this now. We're all pretending to live a certain life. You do as well.
I don't.
Oh, shut up. I don't. Speak for yourself.
I don't.
Okay, let's talk about artists.
Yeah.
And how a lot of people pretend to live a certain life when in actual fact, shit is hard. You're struggling, but on social media, we're all rich and living comfortably. I think you do that sometimes as well, but let's focus on this anyway. What is something that's true that nobody agrees with you on?
What's true and nobody agrees on?
Nobody believes you. Nobody agrees with you on that, yeah.
Contrary to perception, I think I'm a cool guy, but you see, people judge me based on certain things, and you know, people look at me and just say, "This guy is a stuck up," or he's, you know. But I don't agree with that. I think it's just the way you take me. If you take me a certain way, you think, you know, because I give off vibes that I give. If you give me a certain energy, I give you, you know, a type of energy that you're giving me. So most of the times, people are like, I don't think I like this guy. It's because, you know, you're taking me in a certain way. But if you take me in a way that is respectful, you get the respect back. So yeah, that's how I think of myself. So most of the times I usually keep to myself a lot because I get misunderstood most of the time. So it's so much easier to just keep to myself most of the times.
Fair enough. If you were forced to leave the country, where would you relocate to?
I'd go to Hong Kong. I've been to Hong Kong before and I love the country.
Yeah.
It's a bit expensive to live there, but I love it. I love it in Hong Kong. I would actually live in Hong Kong.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it comfortable in Hong Kong? You've been to Hong Kong before,
No,
yeah?
I haven't been to Hong Kong.
I'm thinking, the first thing that comes to my mind when you mention a country like that, the language barrier already.
No, they speak English in Hong Kong.
Serious?
Yeah.
I need to travel more, man. Like, I think...
It's a British colony.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Only Hong Kong and the rest of China. No. Yeah.
I think Japan is fascinating.
I've never been to Japan, so I don't know.
I would love to have a Japanese girlfriend, knowing who you are.
Hong Kong is beautiful,
Who
by
am
the
I?
way.
Experimental.
That I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experimental.
Yeah. Spontaneous.
Yeah.
But I'm not the guest here. He is. Let's move on.
Moving on. What are those things you're too old to do, but you still enjoy?
Soaking bread in tea.
Oh, really? You do that still?
Yeah. I do that all the time. I do that all the time.
And what? No, game over. That's too childish. When you do it.
My wife complains.
Serious?
Like even at my mom-in-law's place,
Yeah.
I do that comfortably. I love it.
You're such a but even at his mom-in-law's house, he does the same thing.
But then again, that actually takes.
But there's a certain, it slaps a certain way.
Yeah,
I
but
agree
then
with
It's
you.
my reality. I mean, you know, you ask me and I'm being honest.
it takes a certain level of skill.
Even
because-
my kids look at me strange, like,
What the hell are you doing?
you know.
It takes a certain level of skill because if you keep the bread in there for too long,
No, you don't.
it's gonna break
crumble.
off.
No,
Yeah.
don't keep it there for too long.
That's my point. Is it takes
So
a
just-
certain level of skill, right?
Sometimes I even just pop and I just use a spoon and just.
Wow.
All right. What is the one ability you believe everybody should possess?
Ability to communicate. Even if you can't talk, but just be able, even with body language, you should be able to communicate.
How do you feel your communication was here today?
My communication?
Yeah.
I think my communication is good.
Awesome.
Yeah. I always think my communication is good. Really.
Let me throw one in as well. Worst rumor you've heard about yourself?
Oh man.
The worst.
The worst. Don't say there are lots. Just say the worst. Which one? Tell us the worst, yeah.
Okay, this rumor. Let me tell you about this rumor. So I was on a bus. It's a long time ago.
You were in a bus?
I was on a bus. I don't know where I was going. I think I got off radio, then I was going somewhere. Actually, there are two, so I'll give you two real quick. So I'm on a bus. I was seated in the back. So there were those two ladies that were in front of me, and they were actually gossiping about me.
What?
So this one is telling the friend, "Oh, KB goes out with my sister."
They didn't know you.
They didn't know that I was in the back. I mean, this is a long time ago. This is like 2009.
Uh-huh.
You know, yeah, he actually comes home. He drives a 4x4, whatever. I didn't even own a car at the time, and
You were busting it as well, yeah.
yeah, I'm just in the back and I'm listening. I couldn't believe it. They're talking about this conversation. Another time, similar conversation. I mean, I think it was food fair on Cairo Road. So I was sitting on the table and they'll sit on there. 'Cause you see, then people didn't really know the face. Social media wasn't that. So it was a time
radio,
when, it was just a voice, and people don't really know your face. They've never seen you facially because, that's when Facebook was coming up. But people didn't really know your face that much. So, and, they're just having this conversation. Oh, KB, he comes to my school. He even slept at NIPA, and I'd never been at NIPA at that time, and And I'm listening to this conversation. And I was like, and another one. Which one was that one? I think I was out of town. Then somebody started spreading rumors that, I saw KB at this hotel at this time, and I'd been out of the country for like a week. And that conversation is going on, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just looks stupid.
Yeah, but radio guys, we go through a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Especially the period he's mentioning, because I was also on radio from 2007. And one day a girl comes to the radio station looking for K+. She walks in and she starts complaining to the receptionist about how K+ did her bad. She cheated on her with her roommate and things like that. So she just wants to confront me and cut things off. And then I walk out and the receptionist is like, oh, okay. K+, and she's like, yeah, where is he? I'm like, oh, it's me. I was like, no, I'm looking for K+. Like, yeah, it's me.
I think there's somebody that lied that they were K+.
Dude, this guy had gone around shagging chicks at some college in Kitwe using my name. No, it's not Martin. Come on. He was using my name at some college, and apparently.
Did you ever used to get those where, like when you finally meet somebody, it's like, you look small. I thought,
Dude, all the time, people would tell me, you sound fat.
You sound fat?
I sound fat, yeah. On radio, people would tell me, no. At some point, I started doing gigs. I was already doing gigs, but I started doing gigs more because of radio.
Yeah.
And then you get to a gig, and people are like,
that's the guy. Half the time, people used to get disappointed with, I never really.
When they do this, it's serious. Like,
yeah. It's just, for me, it was just one incident where this older woman used to listen to me. And, at the time I was very skinny, if you remember. I was
dude, and you used to wear big shirts. Tall. Why, though? They were in fashion. Nelly made us wear big shirts.
No, I was just skinny.
And the shirts would look extra big on you.
Yeah, I was just skinny. I was super, and I used to wear those.
I remember the bootleg jeans, and you love those, man.
Yeah.
And big shirts with big collars. Remember those? Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
It was trending then.
You know what that means when you show up and people are like, oh, it means you've got a face for radio.
So then it's
diss,
like,
actually, that's a diss.
I'm glad you caught that.
So for me, it was just like one time. It's like, you are so young, because I was young at the time. I had no beard, and this is like 2006. Around that time. Yeah.
Moving on. No, you were about to say something. I think I cut you off. Or else I cut you off. Anyway, moving on. What song makes you sing along whenever you hear it nowadays?
There's that new Ruga song, Bad Man in Dio. Dio. That's my song. It's been ringing in my head.
Abby, is this the part where we should get up and start dancing now, doing our... Let's not hear that on the song now.
That's my jam. And a lot of fire, there's a lot of Fireboy songs that I've been listening to as well.
Fireboy DML?
Yeah.
What food should taste better than its appearance?
A lot of West African foods.
West African food looks ugly because of the mix, eh?
I don't think it's ugly. It's just
the look.
Well, I don't know about you. For me, it looks good because I grew up on it. So, and when I went to West Africa, and just to have the proper feel of the food, it was incredible. But I'm sad now that I can't really test food the way I used to test food 2 years ago because when I got COVID in 2010. 2020, sorry.
You are ahead of your time.
You got an early version,
2020. So when
got the Omarion.
So when I got COVID in 2020, I lost my sense of smell and taste.
Wow.
So when my sense of smell came back, it came back distorted. So
your smell?
Yeah, my smell came back distorted. They call it parosmia. So I didn't smell things normally. Like I couldn't distinguish a fat and a smell of onion.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Terrible.
So is that normal now, or you still?
No, it's not yet back to normal. I mean, I still can't eat certain foods. Like I don't enjoy goat meat anymore.
Shit, that sucks.
I don't enjoy eggs. You know, my food.
I think that's the worst thing that could have happened to a human being. He's not enjoying goat meat.
It's been 2 years now, and I struggle.
Eish.
I mean, I'm very picky with what I eat.
Yeah.
Can that be rectified?
Even fish has to be heck. I enjoy seafood. Chicken. The only part I can eat is just chicken breast. I don't want to eat. I don't want to see chicken skin. I won't eat any part of the
I
chicken.
don't eat chicken skin as well.
I don't eat any other part of the chicken apart from the breast or the wing. That's it.
You actually sound pregnant.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you could say so, but for me, it's parosmia. You know, like I'm very
Can it
sensitive.
be
Like I
rectified,
can't.
though?
Like I try to go to the doctors. They say the neurons are damaged. That for some people it comes back.
And some people.
For some people, it might take a little longer. So it's a bit depressing that I can't enjoy the foods that I used to enjoy. So
Help me understand. Okay, yeah, the texture of the meat is a bit different because I was trying to understand why you'd eat one part of a chicken and not the other. Like you don't eat
tastes
that.
different.
the
You don't eat
texture,
texture?
anything with fat and skin or whatever. So chicken breast is the only thing that I can tolerate.
No fat.
Then fish, I used to like this. What popular fish is this again? Bream. I don't enjoy it that much anymore. I'll just eat heck, or I'll just eat prawns. So my taste now is very expensive. So it's a bit crazy.
Levels done changed.
No, but it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all because I can't enjoy the basic foods that I used to enjoy. Like I was on the farm. I was in Dola over the weekend. We have got some goats there, so I slaughtered one. I used to enjoy goat head a lot.
I enjoy goat, man. Like
I couldn't stand it. They tried to prepare some goat meat. I couldn't eat it. I didn't like the smell of it. I didn't like the texture.
parosmia. Wait, write that one down for me, huh? Carlo Limbele.
KB, this is something that I always wanted to find out. You're an artist, you're a producer. Do you feel Zambians appreciate and support Zambian music?
They do, 100%.
You think so?
100%. They do.
Who's your favorite Zambian artist?
So many.
One, your top.
My all-time favorite has to be Israel. Israel is my all-time favorite for so many reasons. I knew Israel when he was just a rapper. He had cornrows in his head. We used to meet at Cypher back in 99, 2000. And when he transitioned to singing, I became a super fan. You know, Exile is a case of the way I love Nas. Like, I've religiously followed these artists until today. He's still, if you ask me, like on gunpoint, who's your favorite artist, I'll always say Israel. But there's so many artists. I like Yomabs. I like Roberto. I like Sheffy. I like a lot of artists.
Who don't you like?
I was about to say, whose music, when it comes on, you're like, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
You're not going to put me on a spot. You're not going to get that from me.
Is it male or female?
Impossible. I can't answer that. Obviously, the people that I don't like, the people that...
Just give us a name.
They say if you've got nothing nice to say about somebody, just shut up. I'm not going to come in and say, I don't like Lloyd. Come on.
Okay, just a sex, male, female.
No, impossible.
Okay, let's do this. I'll say a name, blink if I'm right.
I'm not giving up
Moving on,
anything. There
moving
are
on.
artists that I don't like. Not that I don't like the artist. If I don't like the music, it's just my preference.
KB,
I just go to the next one.
if you had 24 hours to change anything about this country, what would you change?
If I had 24 hours to change, I wouldn't change anything, because if you change anything, it would be superficial. You know, I'd just let things the way they are, because that's how it is. You know.
So you're happy with how things are in the country right
I
now?
wouldn't be happy with it, but if we try to change anything, then it would just be a fantasy. I would say I would want people to stop hating each other. I mean, if there's no hate, then
That'll be a lie.
you know, it will be boring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you need somebody to hate on you a little bit. You know, if
There
I say
is a way actually to have people do that.
it's not possible. Somebody
Legalize
has
pornography.
Somebody has to. Oh my goodness! Somebody has to hate you guys. He's talking about pornography. My goodness.
Yeah.
Your mind is in a gutter, my brother.
It stays there, bruh. It leaves
Do
there.
people
I
watch
feel-
porn?
Yes. I feel if
Yeah.
people have more sex or masturbate more, they'll be happier.
God, people still watch porn in 2022.
Fam, that's $1 billion industry. You think I'm
who's
the only
watching?
one that's watching it? That's $1 billion.
Moving on. Last question, KB, before I let you go.
Do you guys watch porn?
Oh, you do? Confessions of a porn addict. We need you on the next episode.
Which one? Which one is your favorite? Interracial?
It says Ebony.
KB.
This guy is a proper porn watcher. He's the one who's talking about that Mandingo guy.
Don't get him arrested now, eh? Don't get him arrested or investigated.
Check your URL.
What is your most favorite day of the week and why?
Every day for me is a favorite day. I like Mondays.
Yeah.
I know people hate Mondays. I like because I start Monday, I prepare my week. I like when I start Monday off proper, then my week is going to be great.
You know, you've been inspiring me on so many levels when it comes to the gym, that work that you're doing.
Yeah.
And then yesterday you posted you doing a Coppola voiceover.
Yeah.
You're very intrigued with Coppola people, eh?
Yeah, I love them.
The language.
I love the Coppola people, man.
Yeah.
I love anybody. You know, why I like, I'll tell you why I like the Coppola. The Coppola reminds me of how Nigerians popularized their pidgin English.
Yeah.
And I always say this. If we can just run with it, like if we added more in our movies and in our music,
Yeah.
it will give us a proper identity, because you just love the way the Coppola just, you know, they're so real. Even with the R and L syndromes in there, it just, for me, it's proper. You know, like I wouldn't want to change anything about it.
On behalf of Coppola people,
Yeah.
I throw my phone away.
Me, I don't date.
This means a lot on the copper belt.
Me, I don't do dates.
Me, that icon. That KB, it's been real having you, man. Like,
Thanks.
thanks for coming through. And we've been at Deezer stores.
Yeah. So which sneakers am I going with?
That
That was a lot of free
Where's
advertising.
Izu?
Where's
that
Izu?
Dude? What's the dude with the?
I just mentioned what you want.
Is he there?
Let me see that. That's a dope sneaker. Let me see that.
We need Izu here. We're not doing a show in a store. And we're not getting
not
free
walking
sneakers.
away with shit.
In fact, we're not ending this episode until he says on camera, on record,
This is dope.
that we're getting stuff from here.
No, Izu has been.
What size shoe are you?
I'm a 10.
They don't have your size here, bro. You're
Yeah,
like, Ish.
unfortunately.
You found
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You're a size 10.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm 11.
your shoes must be the size of a small boat.
You know what they say about guys
You
with
have
big feet?
Do you have evidence?
What, they say
So,
they've got long
it's-
shoelaces? Oh, she loves it. Look at her. She's like a little kid. She's
candy store.
blushing. Good luck, we got privates on this freaking crew.
It's been real. Remember, that's Zed Podcast, and we've been recording from Deezer stores today at North Mid.
Oh, by the way,
we're gonna
great-
mention
before we end that. By the way, great
Yeah.
show. I mean, I like the effort that's been put in. The more that we have these conversations, it's pretty good. It's the other side of the entertainment. You know, we need to start having these conversations. So,
Thank you.
Great effort.
these raw conversations.
Yeah, these raw conversations. Some of it is very provocative, but
Yeah.
I mean that's what makes the entertainment business.
True
you
story,
know.
man.
Yeah, a role gives me
But
a whole different vibe.
But I hate controversy. By the way, for me,
Yeah.
I hate controversy. But you know, it's the industry that we chose, so sometimes we have to come here and be grilled a little bit and talk about certain things. But so and just a disclaimer, really, whatever I talk about, I don't aim to shoot down anybody or whatever. It's never been my intention, and I don't like to operate like that. And that's why I keep to myself a lot. Otherwise, I'd have refused to come on the interview. Like, nah.
No, but thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
KB just put it on the record. It's a dope show, the best in the country.
I didn't say it's the dope.
It is. Hey, it is.
The dopest is my
It is.
diary conversation. I mean, season 2 is coming up as well.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Nice one, man.
Actually, before you
No,
go
it
back-
is dope. Actually, no pun intended.
Come
It's a really dope show.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Remember, YouTube, That's Zed Podcast. Instagram, That's Zed Podcast. And Facebook, That's Zed Podcast.
Let's go.
And we just hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers.
Actually, wait. Don't, hey,
You're gonna
Shane,
break
Paul,
your
I'm
phone.
gonna break my phone now.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I actually
Is it
wanted
insured?
I
Yes.
actually wanted us to do this. But
Yeah.
can we see the subscribers that we have? Are we
I
able
think
to
we're like
see that?
10,150 now.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
If you go to what is that, YouTube Studio, you can actually see.
No,
the
just on the
exact-
channel itself. It'll show
No.
you.
Are we able to open that? Reason why I want that is I want KB to choose one person from the subscribers.
And we're not able to see
Can we
subscribers.
check the
no.
subscribers?
No, we can't.
No.
But it's 10.2K now. So,
Nice.
hey,
Congratulations.
thanks a lot for the support. Keep clicking the subscribe button.
It will only
to the
get
next
better.
episode. KB, thanks a
Yeah.
lot for coming through, buff.
That Zed Podcast. Zed Podcast. Zambian Conversations Worth Having. We talk to Zambian movers and shakers, the change makers, the achievers. We also discuss interesting topics. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, That Zed Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Listen to That Zed Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. That Zed Podcast, Zambian Conversations Worth Having, hosted by K+.
It's K+, baby.